Are you in your sales position and you're doing a lot of cold calling, and cold calling seems like the most laborious task to overcome? If that's the case, I'm gonna give you a simple trick that's going to help you in your endeavor in cold calling. Now, I've been cold calling since probably October and it's January. And as of lately, cold calling has been one of the easiest things for me to do. Now, in the beginning, that ain't true. That is far from true. Cold calling was a pain in my ass. I got tired of cold calling. It was so frustrated of contacting an individual who didn't know anything about our services, and they're already on edge because you done called them. They're expecting a business call, and you're trying to set up an appointment or sell a service to them. So now they got an attitude, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to do a lot of cold calling in Atlanta. I don't know what's in that Atlanta public water system. Them jokers was just mean for no reason. I got so tired of calling people from Atlanta, I just started going to another place. I started calling Sandy Springs. In the beginning, I hated cold calling. It seemed like a waste of time. It seemed more efficient for me to spend my time talking to a warm prospect because I don't have to overcome that hurdle of trying to introduce our services to them. The chances of setting up a meeting or serving a warm prospect was higher than cold calling. That's another reason why I hated cold calling. But I had to keep doing it. It was a necessary skill set that I needed for my life, that I needed to know. Not just for me in sales, but me in my personal life when I'm having a conversation with someone. Now, this is one of the tricks that I started to do that made cold calling more easier for me. When I was young, I was having this conversation with my uncle. We were talking about women, and he was telling me the reason why I kept taking L's when I'm having these conversations with women. He said, you got to stop placing people on the pedestal. They stink just like your They ain't perfect. There's no reason for you to feel inferior to them. And that was powerful. Even though that advice was for women, that same advice applies when I'm contacting a cold prospect. You got to stop placing people on a pedestal. And I understand why you do it. It's because when we're contacting a warm lead, we have this mental time bomb in our head. And we know that at some point it's going to go off in the version of them hanging up or them saying that they don't want to move forward with what we're serving. So this is what you start doing. Because you recognize that mental time bomb within your head that can go off at any moment, you start to rush what you're saying. You speak more than they speak, and they don't feel like they're being valued. That's why a lot of us are trash when we're cold calling. That's what I started to realize. I was running my mouth more than they should have been. And it was all because I was placing them up on a pedestal and I was just trying to sell so bad. And that's the mistake that a lot of us make. We gotta stop placing these people on a pedestal. We have to realize that we're trying to offer them that they can benefit from. If anything, if anybody should be on the pedestal, it should be us. I started operating with the mindset and the habits that, listen, I'm coming to you to offer you something that's going to change your life. If you don't want to move forward with anything, then that's okay. Now, of course, when I started to have this mindset shift, it wasn't easy at all. It was definitely the most convoluted thing that I could start doing, but it was necessary that I started shifting in this direction, because the direction that I've been previously going towards, it wasn't like I was setting up any meetings or serving them with our services. So it made a lot of sense to stop placing them on a pedestal. When we're contacting a cold prospect, we gotta stop operating like they're our king. We gotta stop acting like we just gonna start calling them your majesty. Ain't nothing special about them. We have to realize that we're offering something that's gonna be of benefit to them. This is gonna make their life better. If they don't wanna move forward, then that's okay. We continue to cold call. At some point, you just gotta, I'm that person. I'm that guy. You gotta have this sense of confidence when you're contacting this cold prospect. And the way you do that is stop placing this person on a pedestal. Once you stop placing them on a pedestal and start to realize that they're on the same level as you and you're offering something that's gonna help them, your cold calling will be easier.